The silent thief. Procrastination and time procrastination. It's that silent thief that sneaks up on you when you least expect it. You tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "I work better under pressure." Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before you know it, that project, dream, or goal still remains unfulfilled. But it's not just about putting things off. It's about something deeper, a lost sense of control over your time and your life. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who valued self-discipline and resilience, understood this better than anyone. They viewed time as one of the most precious resources we have, and procrastination as a profound waste of that resource. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." The Stoics weren't just about overcoming procrastination. They were about using time wisely to build resilience, strength, and a fulfilled life. In this script, we'll dive deep into how Stoic philosophy can help you overcome procrastination and master your time. Through their teachings, we'll uncover powerful insights and actionable steps that will not only help you get things done, but also shape you into a more resilient and focused individual. 1. The power of perception. Reframing how you view time. Time is finite. Once it's gone, we can't get it back. Yet, we often treat it as if we have an unlimited supply. How many times have you spent hours scrolling through your phone, mindlessly binge-watching shows, or procrastinating on important tasks? We tell ourselves, "I'll get to it later," but deep down, we know that later may never come. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the concept of memento mori, or the reminder of mortality. This idea wasn't meant to be morbid, but to instill a sense of urgency in how we live. The Stoics believed that by constantly reminding ourselves of the limited time we have, we'd be more motivated to use our time wisely and stop putting off important tasks. Imagine if every time you procrastinated, you were reminded that you only have a limited number of days left to live. How would that change the way you spend your time? Procrastination, when viewed through the lens of mortality, becomes not just a bad habit, but a waste of life itself. Practical insight. The first step to mastering your time is to change how you perceive it. Try adopting a memento mori mindset. Each day, remind yourself that your time is limited. Use that realization to fuel your focus and prioritize what truly matters. 2. The dichotomy of control. Letting go of what you can't control. One of the main reasons we procrastinate is fear. Fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, fear of not being perfect. This fear can paralyze us, causing us to put off tasks that seem overwhelming. But according to Stoic philosophy, much of what we fear is out of our control. The Stoics taught about the dichotomy of control, the idea that there are things in life we can control and things we cannot. What we can control are our own actions, thoughts, and decisions. What we cannot control are external outcomes, other people's opinions, and unforeseen obstacles. The key to overcoming procrastination is to focus on what's within your control. Let's say you've been putting off a project because you're afraid it won't be good enough. The outcome of that project, whether it's praised or criticized, is largely out of your control. But what is in your control is your effort, your dedication, and your willingness to get started. By shifting your focus away from the fear of failure and toward what you can control, your own actions, you can break free from procrastination. Practical insight. When you feel yourself procrastinating, take a moment to identify what's causing the delay. Are you focused on an outcome that's out of your control? Instead, focus on what you can control, starting the task, putting in the effort, and doing your best. 3. Embracing discomfort, the path to resilience. Procrastination often happens because we avoid discomfort. Whether it's the discomfort of starting a challenging task or the mental effort it takes to stay focused, our natural instinct is to seek comfort and avoid pain. But here's the Stoic truth. Discomfort is a path to growth. The Stoics believed that adversity, challenges, and discomfort are essential for building resilience. As Seneca once said, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. When we procrastinate, we're essentially trying to avoid discomfort. But by doing so, we're also avoiding the opportunity to grow stronger, more disciplined, and more resilient. Imagine a person who never exercises because they find it uncomfortable. Over time, their body weakens, and they become more susceptible to illness. The same is true for our minds. When we avoid difficult tasks, we weaken our mental fortitude and resilience. But by embracing discomfort, by willingly taking on challenging tasks, we strengthen our ability to handle future obstacles with grace and determination. Practical insight. Next time you're tempted to procrastinate, remind yourself that discomfort is temporary, but the growth you gain from facing it is lasting. Challenge yourself to start tasks that seem daunting, even if it's uncomfortable at first. Over time, you'll build the mental resilience to tackle any task with confidence. 4. Focus on the process, not the outcome. One of the biggest culprits of procrastination is our obsession with the end result. We worry about whether our work will be good enough, whether we'll achieve the desired outcome, and whether others will approve of our efforts. This fixation on the outcome creates pressure and anxiety, which can lead to procrastination. The Stoics had a different approach. They believed in focusing on the process rather than the outcome. The process is what's within our control, the effort, the dedication, and the action we take. The outcome, on the other hand, is often out of our hands. By shifting our focus to the process, we reduce the pressure of needing a perfect result and become more motivated to simply start. Think of it like this. A sculptor doesn't create a masterpiece by obsessing over the final image in their head. They focus on chipping away at the stone, piece by piece, trusting that their consistent effort will lead to a beautiful outcome. Similarly, if you focus on putting in the work each day, no matter how small or imperfect, it will eventually lead to the results you seek. Practical insight. When you feel overwhelmed by a task, shift your focus from the outcome to the process. Break the task into smaller, manageable steps and focus on completing one step at a time. Celebrate your progress along the way, knowing that consistent effort will lead to success. 5. Time is a mental construct, reclaiming your hours. How often do we say, "I don't have time"? It's one of the most common excuses for procrastination, yet we all have the same 24 hours in a day. The problem isn't the amount of time we have, it's how we perceive and use that time. The Stoics believed in living intentionally, being mindful of how you spend each moment and making conscious decisions about how you use your time. They understood that time is a mental construct. It's not something that happens to us, but something we actively shape with our choices. Imagine you're given a set amount of money each day. If you don't spend it wisely, it's gone, and you don't get it back. Time works the same way. Each day, you're given 24 hours. How you spend those hours is entirely up to you. If you let them slip away through procrastination, you lose them forever. Practical insight. To reclaim your time, start by becoming more intentional with your schedule. Create a daily routine that prioritizes your most important tasks and stick to it. Set specific blocks of time for focused work and eliminate distractions during those periods. The more intentional you are with your time, the less room there is for procrastination. Sixth, building habits of discipline. The Stoic approach to time mastery. Discipline is the antidote to procrastination. But discipline doesn't come naturally. It's built through consistent habits and routines. The Stoics believed in the power of self-discipline to shape a fulfilling life. They understood that by mastering our habits, we can master our time. Building discipline isn't about making radical changes overnight. It's about starting small and being consistent. Just as a river carves out a canyon over time, small, disciplined actions lead to lasting results. The key is to create habits that support your goals and stick to them, even when motivation is low. Practical insight. Start by identifying one habit that will help you overcome procrastination, such as setting aside a specific time each day for focused work or limiting distractions during key tasks. Stick to this habit consistently, and over time it will become second nature. Mastering time and building resilience. Procrastination isn't just about delaying tasks, it's about delaying life. Each moment we waste is a moment we can never get back. Time is our most valuable resource, and how we choose to use it defines the course of our lives. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, offer us powerful insights that go beyond simply getting things done. They teach us to master our time with intention, build resilience in the face of challenges, and live with purpose. The concept of memento mori, a constant reminder of our mortality, urges us to take action now. Instead of letting procrastination rob us of precious time, we are reminded that every day is an opportunity to make meaningful progress. Life is fleeting, and when we understand this, our sense of urgency to live fully intensifies. This isn't about rushing through tasks. It's about aligning our actions with what truly matters, knowing that our days are finite. By embracing the dichotomy of control, we learn that procrastination often stems from focusing on what we cannot control, fear of outcomes, judgment, or failure. When we shift our focus to what we can control, our actions, efforts, and decisions, we reclaim our power. Instead of being paralyzed by fear, we take charge of the present moment, acting with confidence regardless of the uncertainty that lies ahead. This mindset is liberating and builds the mental fortitude needed to push through obstacles. Resilience comes not from avoiding discomfort, but from embracing it. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that discomfort is a necessary part of growth. When we avoid difficult tasks, we weaken our capacity to face challenges. But when we lean into the discomfort, when we tackle tasks head-on despite their difficulty, we strengthen our resolve and sharpen our ability to persevere. Resilience isn't built in comfort zones. It's forged in the fires of challenge and discomfort. One of the most profound Stoic insights is the focus on the process over the outcome. The outcome is beyond our control, but the process, the effort, the dedication, and the consistency is entirely within our grasp. When we concentrate on the journey, rather than obsessing over the destination, we free ourselves from the anxiety of perfection. This not only reduces procrastination, but also helps us enjoy the act of doing, knowing that each step forward is valuable. Time, as the Stoics understood, is something we shape through our decisions. We often say, "I don't have time," but the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What separates those who live fulfilled, intentional lives from those who feel trapped in procrastination is how they use that time. Time isn't something that happens to us. It's something we actively direct. By being mindful of how we spend our hours, by setting clear priorities, and by creating habits of discipline, we reclaim control over our days and, ultimately, our lives. Finally, Stoic philosophy reminds us that discipline isn't something innate. It's something we cultivate over time. Small, consistent actions are the building blocks of discipline. Just as a sculptor shapes a block of marble through repeated, deliberate strokes, we shape our lives through daily habits and routines. Discipline allows us to overcome the temptation of procrastination, push through moments of low motivation, and stay focused on what truly matters. In mastering our time, we also master ourselves. The Stoics have given us the blueprint. Focus on what you can control, embrace discomfort, prioritize the process, and live each day with a sense of purpose and urgency. Time once gone can never be reclaimed. But with the right mindset and strategies, you can make the most of every moment, build resilience, and create a life that aligns with your highest values and aspirations. Remember, the path to overcoming procrastination isn't easy, but it is worth it. The Stoic way is one of discipline, resilience, and intentionality. Start now. The time is yours to master.